Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Aguguesi. I am in Group 1, Team USA. I am studying cybersecurity and technology at the University of Maryland Global Campus. The name of this course code I'm taking is CYB 670, Campton in Cybersecurity. The name of the professor is Dr. Marian Lieboger. I am here to present to you IT operations and risk management briefing. Information technology is a critical component of the cyberspace in which the software belongs. Software is a set of programs and instructions which enables a user to perform a task, and system software, such as operating system, which enables other software to run properly by interfacing with hardware. In today's world of information technology, the software has become mandatory for every business to stay competitive. Software is something you need in your office. Without software, it is like a body without a soul. Today's business and world or environment depends on and uses software program to automate the following: reduce operational costs by automating user tasks, reduce human resources, measure business productivity, increase or measure office productivity. The software comes with the capability of automating several processes rather than time-consuming to be done manually. It saves a lot of time and money by completing different tasks within a minute. Otherwise, the business needs to hire no employee to perform those tasks. The next slide, software assurance needs and expectations of an organization. Software assurance refers to the justified confidence that software functions as intended and is free of vulnerabilities throughout the product lifecycle. The proposed basic software designs needs, expectations, or principles that focus on protection mechanisms to guide the design and contribute to an implementation without security flaws. Key attributes of the current software development lifecycle. Waterfall, this is the first process model or the software development lifecycle model to be implemented in the software development process. It is quite simple and easy to use because it simply says that each phase should be finalized to start the next phase. This model is mostly appropriate when the requirements are documented clearly, technology and product definitions are stable, a short-term project with no hidden requirements. Key attributes of software development lifecycle. It is easy to manage due to the rigidity of the model. Each phase has specific deliverables and a review process. It works well for smaller projects where requirements are very well understood. The tools and techniques used are stable and are not dynamic. Simple chain risk management. Supply chain risk management. Supply chain risk management refers to the process by which businesses take strategic steps to identify, assess, and mitigate risk within their end-to-end supply chain. However, we can significantly reduce the risk of falling prey to these attacks by understanding how they work and adopting key best. To strengthen the cybersecurity defense, implementing the following supply chain risk management strategies will be of help. Perform a thorough vendor risk assessment prior to signing any contract. Implement data stewardship standards that define who owns certain data and what they are to do with that data. Provide comprehensive training for all employees about cybersecurity protocols. Vulnerabilities in the existing software use. A software vulnerability is a defect in software that could allow an attacker to gain control of a system. These defects can be because of the way the software is designed or because of a flaw in the way that is coded. An attacker first finds out if a system has a software vulnerability by scanning it. The scan can tell the attacker what types of software are on the system. Are they up to date, and whether any of the software packages are vulnerable. When the attacker finds out, he or she will have a better idea of what types of attacks to launch against the system. List of software security vulnerabilities: flaws in injection, buffer overflow, software options that could meet the organization's needs. Use of software is important for automation of the organization's tasks, as well as reporting the progress or lags in the organization activities. This improves company's efficiency and effectiveness of the company's activities. Bitfinders is an end-to-end user anti-malware /virus software that will protect the users against software known vulnerabilities. SolarWinds network performance monitor will be used to monitor the network for misconfiguration, vulnerability scanning, and monitoring the assets of the network for anomalies. Explanation of the cost involved in FVEY cyber team recommendations. The cost software development depends on a range of factors. Some of them are quite obvious, while others come up only when you go deep into the software development process. The best way to avoid budgeting issues and get your software product in time is clear costs with some possible deviation and ways to smooth it out. The size of your project, the complexity of its features. Recommendation for contract language that will be used to ensure that supply chain, system, network, and operational security were met. Contract language represents the language, wording, and term used to describe the parties' obligations in a contract. Factor authentication should be implemented to protect sensitive information. It is important to review the security policies and procedures in place constantly and assess the threat landscape. Network threats can either be external or internal. Securing the LANs and WAN is very essential to data security. Managing network security has a direct impact on the recovery of critical business operations and maintaining data integrity. It is important to protect the network as it is the backbone of communication. Recommendations for contract language that would be used to ensure that supply chain, system, networks, and operational security were met. Contract language represents the language, wording, and terms used to describe the parties' obligations in a contract. Thank you for listening and have a good day.